It's great to be back here on the state fairgrounds, and we're here for a couple of different reasons today. One is we want to provide a recap on the 2024 Mississippi State Fair, and on behalf of myself and all the team at the Mississippi Department of Agriculture, we do want to say thank you to everyone who made this fair a great fair. Our number one priority is always safety, and of course a clean fair. The grounds were clean, and that credit goes to our staff here at the Mississippi State Fairgrounds and Director Michael Laster. Can I ask you all to give him a great big hand? Thank you all. Thank you so much. Now, when it comes to safety and security, I want to thank our law enforcement. This morning I was part of the ribbon cutting of the new Capitol Police headquarters here on High Street and up at the Capitol, and I got to thank several of them in person. The Department of Public Safety, Capitol Police, Hinds County Sheriff's Office, Jackson Police Department. We even had several other agencies such as State Fire Marshals, Wildlife Department, Pearl Police Department, Department of Homeland Security, Bureau of Narcotics, and Highway Patrol, and even private security through Sweatman Security. So I want to say a huge thank you to our law enforcement. We had a great and a safe fair. Can we thank all our law enforcement right now? Thank you to all of our men and women in uniform. Thank you. Thank you to the media partners, you and the media that helped cover the fair so well. It is, this state fair is important for the people of Mississippi. It's our flagship fair event statewide, and it's the largest event in the state, and this year was no exception to that, so thank you for those who participated. I know several of you were judges in different contests, and one competed in a horse race at the Taste of the Dixie National Rodeo, and I want to thank you for that. We're going to have some important rodeo news in just a minute. We've got with us today Philip Morgan, CEO of Southern Ag Credit, Rory Lemmel, who is with Harper Morgan Rodeo, Bruce DeVinny, owner of DeVinny Equipment, and Charlie Lavender, General Manager of DeVinny Equipment, and we're going to talk with them in just a minute. But first, I do want to cover the fair, the state fair. It's been a 12-day event, a wonderful event. We had good weather. It was a little warm, as some of you may have noticed. That first weekend in particular was downright hot. But actually, our overall attendance for the 2024 State Fair was about exactly what it was last year. We might have been down about 3%, but a negligible amount, to the point that we had over 500,000 people in attendance, 506,952 attendees this year, compared to 525,576 last year. So that a slight difference there, and we do attribute that to the hot weather. I tell people that the weather is 90% of the state fair. You have a good cool day like we had this weekend and even on Monday, and people will come out. But that first weekend was hot, and it probably did affect our attendance a little bit. Also, the overall economy. We've noticed over the years that when the economy is struggling, that we have fewer people who will want to come out to the fair, but overall we're very pleased with it. And another factor is, you may recall 3 years ago, this is the third year we've done the new security plan here at the State Fair, and we knew when we put that curfew in place, and we had some other provisions that make sure that we don't have just an overwhelming swamp of people who are coming at one time at the fairgrounds. We knew it would be have an effect on attendance, but it's a positive effect, because what we found is more families come. We had a family-friendly event, shortened our hours at night, so all in all, we're not surprised. We're very pleased with 506,952 people who came out. Revenues were good for the state fair. You may not realize this, but this state fairgrounds, its whole operation, about 50%, depending on the year, 50 to 60% of the revenues that operate the state fairgrounds come from having the Mississippi State Fair. So our revenues were very good this year. We appreciate everybody's support, and we're still working to determine the overall net revenue. But I want to remind folks, and we do this every year, and it seems like we're having more participation during the free admission lunch hour from 11 to 1 during the weekday, except for the holiday, Columbus Day. 11 to 1 is free admission. And what our vendors are telling me, I talked to one driving over here just now, is that the lunch crowds, the groups of people who came during the lunch, 11 to 1, were very good crowds, and they really had a good, successful run of the state fair. So in addition to that, the economic impact overall for the state, Visit Jackson here estimates the total economic impact last year for the fair was $31 million. We expect it'll be at least that or exceed that this year. And we also put into place this year a new ticketing system, a digital online ticketing system that provides a way for people to buy their tickets in advance. You may have noticed, and I did notice, we didn't have the long lines of cars all the way backing up to I-55 like we've had in the past. And again, that's to be credited to our team here at the Department of Agriculture, the State Fairgrounds, and the North American Midway. So people were able to come in, get their tickets online, and come on in the gate quickly and efficiently. And then the heart and soul of the Mississippi State Fair is our livestock, 4-H and FFA, young people who are showing their livestock here. We had over 1,000 of them here on site during the 12-day state fair, everything from beef cattle to sheep and goats. And of course the dairy cattle. We had the Pretty Cow contest this past weekend, so a lot of great support there. And we've added through 4-H and FFA the rabbit show. We had a rabbit show here, and poultry, a chicken show. We should have a chicken show since chicken's the #1 industry in the state. So all of this is part of the state fair and a very, very good success. And I want to add one other factor, and we've got some folks with Harper Morgan here who did help us put on what we call the taste of the Dixie National Rodeo. We appreciate that. It was well attended. There were good crowds there, and that show was free to everyone who came to the fair with the basic price of admission. The digital ticketing system that we implemented for the first time this year allows us to collect a lot of data and information that we've never had before. For example, you might be surprised. I was surprised to know that most of the people who buy tickets, who come to the state fair, they come in through this area right over here off of Graymont. That is the #1 entry point to the state fair. That was a new factor. We also got information about when people come and when they buy tickets, and we want to use that to make the fair better. We may change up some locations of some rides. We figured out what rides people like to ride the most, those that they don't. And so we're going to use this information to help make it even better in 2025. We look forward to that. Now, do you have any questions about the state fair? Any media questions? I'll take them right now. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. The #1 comment that I got from people as I made my way up and down the Midway here was how safe that they felt with our law enforcement and security presence, and how clean the place was. Again, I want to thank our law enforcement and Michael and his team here at the fairgrounds. A great job, and thank you to the people for coming out and supporting it. Any questions about the fair this year? Yes?
You mentioned about how there was a slight increase in attendance, and y'all are contributing that to whether, how much could you think was, if that all was contributed to, having free parking with it being ticket increase price?
Well, we didn't really see any change in that aspect of it because, again, people could come in for free during the lunch hour. But I do think the overall price of everything going up. Frankly, our cost at the state fairgrounds to turn on these lights in here, in this building, and in the Trade Mart, and the Coliseum is more expensive, much more expensive than it was a couple of years ago. So everybody's costs are going up, and I think everybody is feeling that. I know that I feel it in my household when times are tight, and I know that our families out there are, in a lot of cases, they're having to make decisions on what to do and what not to do. So I think the state of inflation, the state of economy, I think it did have an impact overall on attendance. But again, we're very close to last year, very, very even, very level, and actually we're doing better than most of the fairs around the country. Nationwide, they're seeing fair attendance dropping this year, probably due to the cost of everything being so expensive. So, we look forward to the days and we can get back to some more normal pricing on everything, from all our food products and all of the other things that are more expensive, energy costs and so forth. So that's a factor, and it is, and it will be. But overall, it was a negligible impact here at the fair. Yeah. Yes.
With such a positive experience with some of the things that you have implemented this year's fair, is there anything that you're looking forward to implementing next year, or are you going to keep them all local?
Yes, we actually, we're bringing some new rides in next year, right? That we had a meeting with the Midway Company and talked about some of the rides that they see are high demand around the nation, around America, and we're going to bring some of those here to the State Fair next year. Also, as I mentioned, the rides, because of this data, people have shown us what they like to ride, what they don't like to ride, and so if there's a ride that wasn't in high demand, we'll replace that one with a more popular one. And of course, keeping agriculture the center of this state fair is important to me, because it's how it began 165 years ago, and that's why we brought in the taste of the Dixie National Rodeo, and that's why we really have made an effort to highlight the agricultural side of things. We had a great agriculture expo inside the trademark, and I think we had so much interest in that, it will probably expand next year with new vendors, and so I'm looking forward to that. I thank you for that. Any others? The overall takeaway is that, you know, we did have a little hotter start to the state fair than we did the prior year. It was downright warm, hot, that would be the answer, and humid. So I think it affected our attendance, but not much, just a little bit. I do think overall the experience was very positive for people. Again, safety is our number one concern. We have to make sure people know that they're safe when they come to the fairgrounds, and if I had one person comment to me on that, I probably had 100 people say how they appreciate the law enforcement being here and being able to bring their family here and have a good time. That's what it's all about. Thank you. All right. Now, we're going to shift to our next big event. And not only do we host here the largest event in the state of Mississippi, but we are home to the largest rodeo event east of the Mississippi River, right here at the State Fairgrounds at the Dixie National Rodeo. Actually, it's a livestock show and a rodeo, so it will run from January all the way through February. And if you enjoyed the livestock shows at the State Fair, come back in January, February, and you'll see what a real livestock show is all about. This place will be maxed out with livestock, families, and everything from beef cattle to hogs, a lot of hogs, and sheep and goats. And then from that livestock show, the vision of former Commissioner Cy Corley and Jim Buck Ross was to have a large and a signature rodeo, and the Dixie National Rodeo was born 60 years ago. We'll be celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Dixie National Rodeo this February. And to do that, we want to make something very special in the way of some announcements today. You'll see here the lineup that we have. We're really excited about this lineup. The dates, you can go ahead and mark your dates, February 7th through the 9th and 12th through the 15th. We've got Sam Barber, who sings Straight and Narrow, coming in, that's the 7th of February. George Burge, who sings cowboy songs, on the 8th. Laurie Morgan, you know Laurie Morgan, A Picture of Me, Except for Monday, Something in Red, the 9th. And then we'll take a little break there that Monday and Tuesday, pick it back up Wednesday the 12th with Clay Walker in concert, who sings She Won't Be Lonely Long, Live Till I Die, If I Could Make a Living. And Thursday the 13th, Zach Top. Rory Lemmel, who's going to speak in a minute, has done a great job scouting the country, finding the up-and-coming artists, and Zach Top is going to be with us the 13th of February. He sings I Never Lie and other big hits. And then we've got two, these are going to be sellouts for sure. I think all of them will sell out, but Ella Langley is going to be live in concert Friday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. She sings You Look Like You Love Me. And Gretchen Wilson, Redneck Woman, and here for the party. She's going to be here Saturday the 15th. Now, if you're interested in that lineup, I want to encourage everybody to go ahead and mark your calendar, pick your dates, because we're going to put these tickets on sale a little early this year, October the 24th. We expect there'll be such a high demand for this lineup, and we do feel like it's one of the best lineups we have had in a long time here at the Dixie National. The tickets will go on sale to the public October the 24th, and you can get all the details at dixienational.org, dixienational.org. We couldn't do the Dixie National Rodeo and our livestock shows without the support of our sponsors, and we have a couple of great sponsors here with us today. At this time, I want to ask Philip if you'll come on up here. Philip Morgan and Southern Ag Credit stepped up to the plate a couple of years ago and said, we want to be the presenting sponsor for the Dixie National, and it's the support of folks like Philip and Southern Ag Credit who make it possible for us to bring this fantastic lineup and this fantastic rodeo to you. So would y'all help me make welcome Philip Morgan, CEO of Southern Ag Credit. Thank you, Philip. Appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the Dixie National.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner, for all you do. Southern Ag Credit team is proud and excited to once again be the title sponsor of the Dixie National Rodeo. We had a fantastic prior 3 years, and we signed up for another 3 years, and we are very excited and looking forward to that. Southern Ag Credit's mission is to support and promote agriculture, support our farm families, support our rural communities, and our rural way of life. We're especially focused on helping our young, beginning and small farmers and make sure they succeed. And we are constantly looking for ways to make sure that those young people stay in Mississippi to continue our farming tradition. And the Dixie National Rodeo is so important to us in that it brings so much agriculture and rural life together in one place over several weeks. There are so many great activities that surround and combine the Dixie National that further enhance this great event for all. I just want to say a quick thank you to Harper Morgan Rodeo and Rory Limmel for the opportunity to be the title sponsor and for the great event and the great show that he brings all of us. We could not do what we do without the help of the Fairgrounds team and the Ag Commissioner for what they do in the success and enhanced value of the Dixie National. So we're looking forward to this year, this coming next year, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Philip. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you again. Thank you very much. This is the largest rodeo east of the Mississippi River, and we are very proud, as we always have been, able to partner with Harper Morgan Rodeo, a great rodeo company. And I want to invite Rory Limmel to come on up here, say a few words. He also has some announcements to share with you that are exciting. Because one of our goals, when Rory took the reins of the rodeo company about a couple of years ago, we sat down and got to visit, and we talked about how we can take the Dixie National to the next level. And we always have to be thinking ahead, how we can do things better and bigger and make it a better show for everybody. And we got cowboys and cowgirls coming here from all over the world, right here to Jackson, Mississippi, inside this Coliseum. And so we owe it not only to them, but to the people of Mississippi and to the visitors who come here to make the Dixie National the very best it can be. And I'm really proud to be a partner with Rory Limmel. Would y'all welcome him right now? Rory, thank you for what you do, sir. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Commissioner. Man, what a thrilling couple weeks I've been here in town. You know, the Commissioner approached us a couple of years ago and said that the Dixie National is such a fantastic event. We should be promoting it during our state fair. And so he created the Taste of the Dixie National with Michael and his team, and it is so fun to sit in the rodeo arena, and my livestock are sitting right over here. So many kids come to this fair that might not have exposure to see these type of animals up close, and what we do at the Dixie National. They get up close, they walk up there, they pet the horses, and get to see what agriculture is all about. And that's what makes the state fair so good. And leading to the Dixie National, the reins were set 60 years ago, as the Commissioner said, but what it has turned into east of the Mississippi, this is our Sugar Bowl, this is our Cotton Bowl, this is our Orange Bowl. This is a big deal. There's 800 professional rodeos in the United States and Canada that count towards the National Finals Rodeo. We are one of the 60 biggest rodeos in the entire world. We are the biggest one east of the Mississippi. And when we say we bring 900 contestants, we bring 900 of the Aaron Rodgers, of the Tom Bradys of the world here in our rodeo world. They are here to experience and show you why they are the best in the world. These guys will make up to $500,000 a year rodeoing. It all starts right here at the Dixie National. So we're very proud of what our product. We think this lineup is unbelievable, and I want to comment on the one fellow here, Zach Top. is a young man that's just making his way into rodeo, and he's starting to catch on in concerts. They had him in Texas the other day in a 6,000-seat arena. There ended up being 18,000 people come to the rodeo that night in the fairgrounds just to try to get in. That's the type of lineup we have here. But as the commissioner said, we couldn't do it without partners, and boy, we think we got a great one coming here. A name that we've seen, and if you look around the fairgrounds, things look a little bit orange now. They're fixing to look orange at the Dixie National. Things got a brand new look, and you can't do all the grooming and all. You can't believe the livestock shows. When the commissioner says the barns are full, they are jam-packed of kids, and you got tractors moving in and out, and shavings, and the rodeo arena getting groomed. It's a year-round endeavor, and them 2 weeks are some sort of busy. And this year we're going to look orange because we can. I'm going to invite you to meet a man that's, you've watched him around the rodeo, and he gets involved in every aspect he can. But Bruce Deviney, if you would come up here, of Deviney Equipment, and Kubota Tractors is the official tractor of the Dixie National. Bruce, we're happy to have you on board.
Thank you, guys. Kubota Tractor Corporation and the Kubota dealers of Mississippi are honored to be sponsored for this event right here. When you look back at our history, we took Kubota tractors on in 1969. It makes us the oldest Kubota dealer in the United States. And when we took them on, they made a small little diesel compact tractor. They made one. Today, you look at their lineup, they make small tractors, they make mid-range tractors, they make large ag tractors, side-by-side, zero-turn mowers, a full line of hay equipment. This company, when you look at the future of where they're headed, they're going to be big, and their goal is to be one thing, to be number one and make the best product they can. So when you look around, Kubota dealers are from North Mississippi to the coast. And I tell everybody, buy local, support these companies, because most Kubota dealers are small, family-owned, second and third generations. So when you're dealing with a local company, you're dealing with an individual that owns that dealership, that if you have a problem, you can go talk to him. So it's an honor for us to take it on. For those that have never been to the rodeo, I cannot encourage you anymore to come to this rodeo. It's great if you're tired of your kids going and seeing events where you don't know what might show up or what not might be said. If you come to this rodeo, I'll tell you two things you're going to see. You're going to see people stand for the American flag, and you're going to see people bow their heads when you pray to God. And I am glad to be part of that, and so is Kubota Tractor and the Mississippi dealers. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
One more. Thanks, Bruce. We're excited about it. And I got one more surprise to tell everybody, and we're very excited about this. So for the first time ever, we've added high school rodeo to the Dixie National. So kids from high school rodeo in the state of Mississippi are going to come to sacred soil, where all the world champions they get to see compete in this arena. On Sunday, they're going to get to compete at this arena to wrap things up here. It's one of 10 high school rodeos that counts for points for them to get to nationals, and for the first time ever, it's at the Dixie National. And I want to point out, we have a national champion, one from the state of Mississippi. He's from Brandon, Mississippi, and he's a freshman in high school this year, and his picture is on trucks that go up and down the road all over that says he's a national champion from Mississippi. And Case Calhoun will get to defend his championship in our arena, and we think this is going to be a great addition. High school is our future. These kids are our future, and we're going to see it all doing the stock show side of things. We're going to see it doing the rodeo, and the commissioner's done a great job of making them come on board and join our team. So thank you all. Commissioner?
Thank you, Roy. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you, Roy. Give him one more hand. Thank you. We're really excited about that, something we've been working on for some time, one of those things that we knew we needed to do to take the Dixie National to the next level, and we're really proud to be hosting the Mississippi High School Rodeo right here. That'll be on that Sunday after the last Dixie National Rodeo performance on Saturday the 15th. On Sunday the 16th, we're going to have the high school rodeo here competing. So I want to wrap it up, and we'll take a few questions on that subject. Before I do that, I would be remiss if I didn't remind people that they do have one more opportunity this week coming, actually this week, for the last week of Pumpkin Adventure at the Mississippi Ag and Forestry Museum. We also invite families to come. They love to come and tour the museum. That's Wednesday the 16th through Saturday the 19th. and that's noon on weekdays and 9 to 3 on Saturdays. So the admission is very affordable, $10, and hayride, corn pit, pumpkins, milk and cookies, and then we've got Harvest Fest coming up November the 5th through the 9th from 9 to 2 at the Ag Museum. Just another way we like to make sure people can have a good time with their families, all about agriculture. But right now, I'll take any questions that you have about this upcoming Dixie National Rodeo, the new lineup, and the exciting things that we have. Any questions about it? Did I mention tickets go on sale October 24th to the public? So if you want to get in line for some of these great acts, get out there, dixienational.org. Tickets will be on Ticketmaster.com, or you can buy them. Your best deal, let me just tell you, is to come right here to the box office and buy them in person and save some money doing it that way. Any questions about the Dixie National? Well, we'll see you there, and we'll be talking about it leading up. Thank you. God bless you. May God bless the state of Mississippi and the United States. Appreciate y'all for being here today. Thank y'all.